Welcome back to Squawk Box. House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries still speaking right now on the floor of the House. When he finishes, say if he finishes, but when he finishes, at some point it'll finish, a full vote expected on President Trump's mega bill. And the one and only Robert Frank is here live to break down the winners and losers of it all.
Yeah, we don't know exactly what's in the final bill because that's going to pass this morning. But given how quickly this is passed in the House, it's probably going to look a lot like the Senate version. So if we look at that Senate version, about 80% of the benefits of the Senate bill go to the top 10% of earners, while the tax cuts by themselves help all income groups, gives everybody a tax cut, basically. The cost cuts, mainly in Medicaid and SNAP, they hit those really at the bottom. Now, the Yale Budget Lab looked at how each income group fares in this Senate bill. So you combine the changes of taxes and the transfers all together. Here's what you get. The bottom 20% would see a decline in after-tax income of about $560 a year, or 2.3%. The middle 20% would see a slight gain, about $760 a year, or about a 1.5% increase in after-tax income. The top quintile, they do the best, get about a $6,000 tax cut, or about 2.3%. What's interesting, you look at the very top, the top 1%, they get a tax cut of about 2.1%. So what happens oddly at the top, even if you go up to the top 0.1%, the benefits start to decline because there are a lot of income thresholds here, like with SALT, where you can't make use of it if you make more than $500,000 a year. At the same time, some of the most expensive parts of the bill benefit those at the bottom. Again, just looking at the tax side. So extending the standard deduction, that costs $1.4 trillion. Child tax credit, $800 billion. Eliminating taxes on tips and overtime, over $120 billion. The most expensive piece of this, of course, is extending all of those tax rates, the marginal rates lower. That's over $1 trillion. Now, the top 10%, of course, pay 70% of the taxes. So not unexpectedly, the top 10% are getting 80% of the benefits of this. The tax cuts, of course, mainly help those at the top.
What do you think?
Well, the political talking points, particularly by Democrats, is that this is a bill that really hurts the lower income household. And well, it seems like there's puts and takes here. Yeah,
and what's, again, it's going to be different parts of the bottom that are hurt. So the sort of working class, the middle class will benefit a lot from many of these provisions. The standard deduction, the child tax credit, the older people, the $6,000 credit. What will help businesses, I think the most important part of this bill for the economy is immediate deduction, immediate expensing of R&D and capital investment. That's the part that's going to help the economy.